Hello, frog fans. Okay, happy Monday. Let's find my peeps. So, first week of isolation. I am losing brain cells as we speak. I still don't have any, real symptoms. I wake up congested every morning, but that's, it goes away within an hour of me waking up, and that's normal for me. Whenever the weather's hot, I wake up congested. And I've been fatigued, but yet again, that's normal for me in the summertime. I always wake up fatigued. I also have an iron deficiency disorder, so when I start, coughing and hacking and crap, that's when I'm going to be nervous. So this is like a brownish yellow layer that I put on my little Caucasian babies to give them more of a lifelike skin. More of a lifelike skin tone. I'm gonna put this on Claire. It's only been a couple of days, and yet it's felt like a week, so, yeah, that's not pointing to good signs there for me. By the end of week 2, I'm gonna be like, ah! Are you hearing voices too? I mean, it's funny, because I'm an introvert. But as soon as you tell an introvert they cannot leave their house, that's when they want to leave. I know it sounds messed up, that's how we work. What do you mean I can't leave my house? Well, now I want to leave my house. You've been in your house for weeks now and you haven't left. I know, but now you tell me I can't, I want to. And then 2 weeks are going to pass, and I'm going to be able to leave the house again, and I'm going to be like, I remember why I didn't do this before. Why are there so many people? Why are none of them wearing masks? It's now a bylaw here that you have to wear a mask when you're out in public. People always assume the wrong thing when someone says they're an introvert. Every time someone hears you're an introvert, they automatically assume that you hate all people. I like people. I like being around people. I just don't like being around people that aren't considerate of others around them. And when you're out in public in these big crowds, people aren't considerate of you, and it's just like, ah, ah, ah. I'm also claustrophobic. It's like, who are you and why are you so close to me? That doesn't help. You would think that, you know, it would be easier for a claustrophobic person to go out right now, since that, you know, there's like a universal rule that you have to stay 6 feet away from people. But that just makes it even worse when people don't follow that. A normal claustrophobic person in public, people are within 6 feet of them and they're going, grrr, grrr. We're like small dogs when they're mad. Grrr. But now, people are coming with 6 feet of you, and it's even worse, because it's like, grrr, grrr, you have diseases, grrr. Or I guess in my case, it's grrr, you might get my diseases. Even though officially my test came back negative, but my brother's came back positive, and I have been in contact with him. I was in contact with him after we got our test, so there still is a chance that I could have picked it up afterwards. Don't want to leave this on here too long, because then it'll start to become too dark of a shade. For what I'm going for. It just squeaked like a squeaky toy. Squeak, squeak! The other day, so I have a bunny rabbit, and she free roams in my room because, you know, bunnies are far too large to be put in those PetSmart cages. I don't know why I'm signaling out PetSmart, you know, like those wire cages that they sell at all pet stores with bunny rabbits on the front. They don't belong in those. That's a terrible environment for them. They get far too big for it, and they are far too active to be kept in those cages. It's no life for them. So, my bunny is free roamed in my room, and her toys are like everywhere, because, you know, she just takes them wherever she wants. And, you know, like, every once in a while when I'm out, I'll buy her new toys, because the purpose of pet toys is for the pets to destroy them, which is another pet peeve of mine, is people who own pets and buy them toys for the first little while, and they're like, well, they just keep destroying them, so I'm not going to buy them toys anymore. That's why you buy them! So they don't destroy your other crap. Anyways, pet crusades aside, a lot of the toys I buy her are from the dollar store. And one of the toys I bought her from the dollar store was meant to originally be a dog toy. And she doesn't pay much attention to this toy, sometimes I'll buy her a toy and it'll be a big hit, sometimes she's just like, what's that, I don't want that, and it just sits there. Well, this toy is like, basically a long, floppy board type thing. It's meant for the dog to chew and throw around. It looks like a firefly. Well, I didn't realize for the longest time when I bought it that it's actually a squeaky toy. And the other day, I went to go feed her, and she sees the food coming, so she's hopping along beside me. All of a sudden, I step on this, and it goes, "Eeh!" And both her and I have the identical reaction. We both go, what was that? At the exact same time, both of us. I go, ah! She goes, ah! And then I realized, it's the squeaky toy. I love that stuff. I don't know, it just brings so much light to the skin tone. Got to get in between the toes. Oh my god, so yesterday, okay, how do I start this story? Yesterday, my phone went off, an alarm. I thought it was an Amber Alert. It did the whole boot-up, 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 boot-up. So I looked at it expecting to read an Amber Alert because, I'm not, a selfish person. I look at the Amber Alerts just because, they exist for a reason. They're not just there to annoy you. You could potentially save a child. So every time an Amber Alert comes on, I listen to it. I read it, make sure that, I put that in the back of my brain if I happen to go anywhere, or if it happens to be anywhere near me, I keep that in mind. Again, crusade aside. Sorry, it just infuriates me, those people who complain about Amber Alerts. Like, really? Grow the hell up. I looked at it. It wasn't an Amber Alert. What I see on the screen, I don't read the full thing. All I see is, tornado, take cover immediately. Did not read the full thing. What do? My bearded dragon is on the bed. I grab the bearded dragon, practically punt him into the hallway wrapped up in his blanket. Not really. I didn't do it gently. It wasn't that rough either. And then I go and, rip the rabbit out from under the bed. She's freaking out. I'm freaking out. She's trying to get back under the bed. I'm like, Pandora, let's go. We're about to get sent to freaking Oz. In my brain, there's a freaking tornado barreling down on us at any second. So I grab the rabbit in one arm. She's like, oh, what's happening? I have the bearded dragon in another arm. My phone's in my pocket. The alarm's still going off. I run downstairs, open up the basement door with my foot, like, Maya, get in the basement. Let's go. It's go time. Come on. I get all the pets down. Well, the python and the frog stayed up in their cages. It's not because I love them less. It's because I feel like, they're in their glass tanks. They're far enough in the living room that I feel like they would probably be okay. And, they're small. But, anyway, so I'm down there with the lizard, the rabbit, and the cat. I'm expecting, to hear something ripping the upstairs apart at any second. The cat's freaking out, the rabbit's freaking out, the lizard's still sleeping. And that's when I decided to take a second look at my phone. Little did I realize, in my panic, I didn't read the whole thing, and what it said was that, this is a tornado warning, meaning that there was a tornado somewhere close to my area that was either had touched down or was attempting to touch down. It didn't mean that a tornado was right on top of us. And it said, if severe weather approaches, take cover immediately. There was no tornado. The tornado didn't come anywhere near my house. All we got was a bad thunderstorm. But it was a pretty bad thunderstorm in my defense. And I stayed in the basement with my pets for a while. Just, in case, in my brain I was thinking I'm going to be like, oh, it's safe to go back up. And I would go back up into my room and everything. And all of a sudden it would be like, Auntie M! Auntie M! Zeus, we're not in Kitchener anymore. But, yeah, nothing happened. But if that taught me anything, it's I need a better plan for emergencies, because I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Trying to get the rabbit out from under the bed, I nearly took out one of my front teeth, because I banged my mouth against the metal bed frame, trying to get her out. So yeah, as soon as I can leave the house again, I'm gonna, buy some stuff to put an official escape plan in place for them. Because as I talked about, actually, previous this week, coincidentally, my pets are my family, and I'm going to get them out if at all possible. My cat and the lizard are the easiest, because the lizard, you can just pick him up and he's like a rag doll. He's just like, where are we going? He doesn't fight you at all. However, the rabbit hates being picked up, and she's like, no, I don't want to go! I'm going down with the ship, damn it! After I put her down in the basement, she's like, hey, adventure time! I've never seen this place before. Meanwhile, the cat is in the stairwell watching her. Every once in a while, she bears down like it's hunting season, and I, not smack her, but give her a little tap on the head, like, step it! Friend, not food. She's like, couple minutes later, she'd do it again. Food. Smack! Stab it! Eventually, she stopped looking at the rabbit like food. I was picturing, I would turn my back for a second, and, we would get like a Sylvester and Tweety moment. I'd be Granny slapping the cat. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Rabbit pops out of the cat's mouth all wet. Ooh, I don't like that game! I watched way too much Looney Tunes as a child. I don't know if you saw that, but I dropped this and I caught it right in between my legs. Nice save. Speaking about nice saves, not so that doesn't happen all the time. And there's a couple paintbrushes down there somewhere that I need to go searching for. Maybe a couple sponges. If it's anything that I don't need immediately and it falls, I'm just like, fine, be that way, I'll go get you later. And then I forget. Part of me really likes being at home alone. The other part of me hates it. Like in the movie Home Alone, where Kevin first realizes that he's all alone and he goes and, runs crazy through the house doing all the things he normally can't. That's me part of the time, running around in only a t-shirt and underwear, like, I own this place! Going to the bathroom with the door open. And then, comes a time about 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, I'm all alone! But it's not so bad, because for me, animal company can suffice for human company. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but if I ever feel alone, all I have to do is go get the bearded dragon or hang out with the cat or the rabbit, and I'm like, hey, I'm not alone. I think that should be called the Newt Scamander complex. Talking to my grandma on the phone, and she's afraid of me getting lonely here, isolated, all alone, and I'm like, I got my pets, and she's like, oh, okay. Because for her, it wouldn't be the same, and that's the case for a lot of people. A lot of people wouldn't feel that having your pets is sufficient company when, compared to human company. Which really, it probably shouldn't be, but for me, I don't have a problem with it. It's like, if I didn't have the animals, then I'd probably go crazy from being alone. But, I've got my animals, and I'm all good. My animals and the voices in my head. I'm joking. That's what they tell me to say. There was actually some people, like some friends of friends in high school, that were severely disturbed by me because they could never quite tell if my jokes were jokes or not. I would say stuff like that joke I just made there about the voices in my head telling me to tell other people that they don't exist. Completely a joke. But, because I would make jokes like that and then leave it so open-ended, they could never fully decide if I was actually insane or not. And they were kind of afraid of me because of it. And, really looking back on it, look at me, I'm 5'0" nothing. I probably, at the most, I weigh 110 pounds. What am I gonna do that you won't be able to stop? I just have a very dark sense of humor. Nice. Get a comparison here. Can you see how it's changed it? It's a lot closer to, like, not quite my skin tone. It's a little bit warmer than my skin tone. But it's a lot more lifelike than just this paleness.
Hello, you? Hi. What's up? What do you want? What do you need? Just want pettings? Is that what you want? Want some pettings? Aww. You can have all the pettings you want. She's like, well, yeah, this is good, but what I actually wanted was food. Can I have some, please? I don't know where it comes from, but it always comes from you, so, like, you know, up with the goods. What's on your ear? Hold on, bear with me for a second here. Oh, it was just a trick of the light. For a second, it looked like her ear was all weird and brown inside. But it's just the light. Well, you know what it is? Her fur's a bit matted back here. What'd you do to your ear, miss? What's on your ear? I really hope that's not poop. How would you get poop on your ear? Tell me that's not poop. You need to clean your ear. It's dirty. Get with the grooming. That's not my job. You groom yourself. That's why I got you. Get pets that clean themselves. It's like a Roomba. Anyways. That's really all I got for now. It's a bit later in the day, so everyone's all good for now. Nobody's too awfully sick. I haven't got any symptoms yet, so far, isolation in Frogling's world is okay. Yeah? Is okay? Okay, well, that's all for now. Keep living the Frogling's life, and we shall see you tomorrow. Say bye. Say bye, cute stuff. It's a thought that counts. Bye, everybody.